Music is art, and art has no rules.
Little G, big life.
Hey, what's good, humans and aliens? It's gLife here, aka the Man of Stone. I'm back in my studio, and we're just gonna make a simple beat. We don't know what yet. Just gonna make something. This is the beat we just made. Turned out awesome. Go check out that last video. This beat, I just want to play you a piece of the chorus.
When the rain is all you know, you can weather any storm. It just gets wetter as you go. When the rain is all you know.
So it's a beat with a hook, and it's available for sale now at GeorgeLife.beatstars.com. Everything else is at GeorgeLife.com, including that link. So you can always just go to GeorgeLife.com for everything. The newest video is on the front page. The last beat we made, we started by making everything by scratch, the melody first. A lot of people like to do drums first, so I think that's what I want to do. I want to just work on some drums for a minute. Lots of ways to do the drums. Let's get our BPM back to something a little more typical. Just do another one at 90. Turn on our click track. To me, it's always been kind of odd to build the drums first, but I know people do it. One of my favorite ways to build the drums is in here. So you've got your drum machine designer. Drum machine designer is built to correlate with these drum pads, so you can do cool, I'll show you how to load your own drum kit right here. We have an empty kit. This is where you're going to get into your browsers. This is where you're going to find all your files. So I would go to all files, music, Logic. I got a lot of stuff here. I need to clean this up, but most of the folders will be, so I got drum kits right here. And it's been fun collecting drum kits. It's one thing producers like to put out and like to do. Favorite drums that I've heard so far would be DJ Payne drum kits. This is Damn That Hurts Volume 4. And then the cymatics are very good because they're really like a professional level. So this is how you'd load up your drum kit. These are all just suggestions. Rim, snare, clap, perk, closed hi-hat, perk, snare. But you can, so that one says kick 1, so let's just put a kick there. So you double click it, and usually if you just click once on it, it'll sample it for you. I mean, that's a good kick. Why complicate things? Why search through 50 kicks when that one's fine? So you got a rim. Let's see if we got any rims. The one thing I noticed though is on all these labeled, they don't have an 808 labeled. So you usually would put your 808 in here as well. So let's just go with the things I like now. So I really like claps. I always do claps. Or snaps. I always do claps or snaps. But DJ Payne has a bunch of these drum kits. And he also does have some free ones. Also, I've said it before, but I'm not that good at the drums. It's one reason I should be doing it more. So we have the drummer track. If we're feeling too amateur about our drums, we can have the drummer track do them, or we can drag and drop those loops, drum loops. Doesn't matter. This is what we're saving, is the kit. In the user patches, the whole kit. This MPK Eqing 249 comes with a 16 pad drum pads, 16 drum pads. You can put samples in them or whatever you want to do. The only thing I've really done with them is this. I've created the drum kit on Logic Pro X, and so each pad now is something else. And it'll tell us right here. So we got our kick and a snare. I like the claps. I think this is like a snappy perk. So with our drum kit right here, we're ready to record. You could close it down. You could record your whole kit right in just like this. But you gotta be really good to be able to get all those finger movements for a whole drum kit. If you look down here, it's not separated at all. So let's undo that. So if we open it up and just click on one individual track, then we can use our keyboard. So let's start with a clap. Let's see here. if I'm doing this right. Double click this, it'll open up your piano roll. Okay, that's the root key. Okay, yeah, so now we've seen multiple ways to record this. You also can just punch it in down here. So we need one more clap over here. Usually it's just the pencil when you press command. So boom. We might not want to keep that. That was just an example. So let's get into the hi-hat. We got a hi-hat, and now we know what root key it is. And we can paint in the hi-hats because hi-hats are, we're gonna do, this beat's gonna have some trappy hi-hats. So a lot of people like to use the paintbrush, the brush tool. And you can just brush literally all the way. Oh, you press command to access it, and you just go real slow all the way across here. We'll just stop right there. Now that might be too much, obviously, right? So I wonder if we put it on an 8th note there. Yeah, that did it automatically for us. I kind of like to have the kick roll with the 808, so I think I'm going to leave the kick and the 808 to the very end. So to play with your hi-hats, you would do stuff like you'd take one out, take one out, have this one go up right here, you know, take one out. We'd have something like this, would be like, get your blade tool, scissors tool out, and cut this one, do like a triplet. Now let's just listen to that. Yeah, we can record something in and we can mess with it later if we want. This is cool. You know, it's not amazing, but so what we can do then is we pull the kit back up, take this and just repeat it. We can mess with it as much as we want or not. But now at least I think of this as like, it's better than just playing to a click track, you know? So we're gonna make our melody and stuff based on this. I want to hear what that would sound like. That might be all we need since we just repeat it over and over again. I think from here, I think maybe we'll start building it too. What we'll do is option click, and that'll pull everything up here. Where were we? C4, C5. So that creates more of a full. Okay, I was off somehow. Okay. And maybe we'll just like, you know, we'll add a few higher notes each time. So I've just been playing this over and over, and I kind of am starting to write something. I wanted to show you this notebook too, though. Oh my gosh, dude. Look at this notebook. I started this notebook in 2018, in fairness, for ukulele. But like, okay, first of all, I have extra pages just falling out of it. That one's taped right there. So, look, I got, dude, first of all, look at, dude, look at this. Two sides. Two sides. One side. You know, I got verses on the back cover. Look at this. Two sides. Two sides. It's hard to, like, dude, I've written hundreds of verses in this thing. It's crazy. I don't know why I like it so much. It's funny, like, most of this stuff I've recorded or I've decided I don't want. I just wanted to show off that notebook. That is quite the notebook. I like to write kind of as I go. Whatever comes to my head. And that's what was coming to my head. I was like, dude, I was having a hard time concentrating. I took the dogs for a walk, and I've just got all these thoughts going on in my head, and so I started doing something like that. And they're telling me I got to stay strong. I don't have it all worked out, but I wanted to just record where I'm going with this. And na 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 na. The voices in my head. The voices in my head. The voices in my head are telling me. The voices in my head. The voices in my head are telling me. I really like it. It's actually kind of like an inspirational one too. Like, you got to keep going on. You know what's right. You just got to stay going. You're doing great. One thing I read one time, which I think is like pretty good advice for a producer, is layering is more important than really like soloing, you know? So rather than trying to come up with some amazing sequence of notes that no one's ever heard before, layering these chords and chord progressions is better. So like, you got the dun 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 dun. So it'd be real easy just to be like dun dun dun. So with whatever instrument, and then also something ambient. You know, I'm hearing like those types of things really build up, and they're really dope when you're like getting into your headphones and really like listen. It's something that like might go right over the listener's head in a car or like at a concert, but when they're really like diving into the sounds, I really like to layer. Layer's really cool. And it like I got to thinking that because I've seen a lot of people who, I mean, this is almost a loop, right? This piano piece, and it could easily be done. The song could be done. You could just add bass and then use the drums to like differentiate pieces. But we're gonna add more. But what I'm getting at is you don't have to add a lot more, you know, especially when you have so many drum pieces and the drums are so cool and unique. Actually, let's just do the bass line real quick. Also can switch the 808 if we decide that it's not the best sound. Oh yeah, we're not gonna move them up. We're gonna move them down. Okay. Then the final step there, like I was saying, is we want to have our kick line up with that. We want to have a kick at least lining up with that bass, because that, so it just kicks, so it just kicks harder. In fact, you know what I think I might do? Might take out one of these ones we're not using, like this one, and put a kick in there, a secondary. DJ Payne is the people's champ, you know. He fights for us regular folk. He's a good dude. So now we got that set up. We can go down to wherever it is. Boom, new kick. We're gonna line it up with this bass. Excellent. so that's what our drums sound like. I mean, there's a lot more to volumizing or volume than just not wanting it in the red, but that's rule number one. So what I would do at that point, so if we're on a solo, if the drums are doing it solo, then I need to turn some stuff down. It'll sound normal because it's at the right levels. That's what you want. And honestly, as you add more instruments, you might have to reevaluate it, readjust it, because it is kind of like you add everything on top of each other, and that's what happens. I kind of like the sound of it. I mean, that's cool too. We're gonna layer it. Just do a lot of layering. Put a little reverb on it. A little delay. A little reverb. That's nice. So I like this idea of the acoustic. And then we can break down and make it melodic, and that'll kind of sound like a solo, like we've done in the past. So, just for example, you know, you could have one without this, and then you could just do, and then the next one would come in and it would just be that. See, that's enough to differentiate your verse versus your hook right here. Verse, like rappers would love to rap over this, and then when the hook comes in, you go back to this. I mean, the beat's almost done now, really close now. So I think the next logical step right now would be to, I'm just gonna mess with this guitar piece. This piece right here. I'm gonna like make it sound kind of solo-y. Might even just keep that one normal and then mess with this one. Because we want something that's 16 bars. Right now these are 8, 16, so I'll mess with this, and that's about it. This is actually one of my favorite things to do by far, is like just really slice into these and make these cool little solo type sounds. This is so tight already, like. So cool. It sounds a lot like a video game. Whatever, I don't care. It's so cool, dude. Yeah, that's that for the melodic parts. The main thing I have to do now is differentiate the drums. This is going to be the hook section. This is going to be the verse section. Also, I want to add a few more sounds. Probably like a riser or a sound effect, and maybe some chimes, maybe some plucks. Something that's kind of like along the lines of ear candy. Nothing too crazy, probably not even a counter melody, probably just stuff to enhance what we have going. And I'll do an intro, outro, slap my producer tag on it, and it'll be done. So I like it, it's cool. Oh yeah, duh, I'll put the hook on it as well. So, and then it'll be done. I like it. So with all that being said, I'm still probably like an hour or two away from being finished, so I gotta get to cracking. Let's get it. Easiest part of that job is just throw in my producer tag real quick. Yeah, usually you can just drag and drop right on in. We won't worry about it yet, but there it is. It's a cool piece. It's just like, I also shouldn't try to overdo it, because this song doesn't need a solo. Now that we have it placed, we'll find something that we like. Like I've said numerous times, everything I'm doing is free stuff. Actually, DJ Payne does have some free drum kits as well. So we're basically just gonna make the chorus and the verses now.
The voices in my head are telling me I gotta stay strong. I'm on the right path, I gotta just keep it going on. I already know which way is right and I know what's wrong. The voices in my head keep telling me. The voices in my head. I already know which way is right and I know what's wrong. The voices in my head are telling me I gotta stay strong. The voices in my head are telling me I gotta stay strong. Right, so I did like a low version, high version, and I'm gonna do a rap version. Sometimes I would do like a low version. The voices in my head keep telling me. I might even do that. It's all about creating the right blend. Then I'd probably do a hype, which is like, voices in my head keep telling, yeah. The voices in my head are telling me I gotta stay strong.
So with my vocals, one thing I like to do is I don't like to drag them out like this. I like to split it playhead, and that's because you could probably do all of them at once, but that's because they don't really snap to the grid the way the MIDI tracks do. So this way I'll have something I can copy and paste. Let's see if we can do it all in one this time. Split it playhead, boom. So we might want to drag out something or pull something in. We went over this last time in the last video. Make sure to check out that last video. That beat and hook were fire. But what we have here is a couple of different things. This is a mastering guide. This is an editing checklist. This is a frequencies cheat sheet, a lead vocal. So this is one right here. It says first you want to gain, corrective EQ, pitch, compressor, de-esser, character comp, character EQ. That's getting pretty technical, but it's along the lines of what I've been told. You know, here's a couple other ones. So there's two other ones, and we went over this in the last video, but these are just ideas, and these are really pretty intense still. They're not basic, they're not for beginners, but this is how you would want to prepare your vocals. Comp your vocal, nudge, apply fades. So a lot of people will fade every single track. Little fades right at the beginning. Fix the pitch, subtractive EQ. So subtractive EQ is to clean up unwanted sounds, and then additive EQ is to boost your frequencies. But then we also went over this one, which is how to EQ a vocal. You have the high pass, the high shelf, the sweep, and then what we talked about was how a lot of these EQs, they have a built-in for a vocal. Voice right here. Choir, classic vocal, male vox, male lead. I always just do male lead. I'm not great with compressors. I have another cheat sheet in here for compressors. So dynamics would be your compressor. Let's take a look. A lot of these will have preset settings for us. Voice, rap vocal. I mean, the first ones we're doing are singing. Let's do like vocal smooth. Studio, let's do studio vocal. We're just gonna start with the solo track.
On the right path, I gotta just keep it going on.
So you have pitch correction here. All of this stuff's free. Let's just go classic de-esser, right? We'll pull up X, which is our mixing board, and if we hold option click, we'll be able to run this down the vocal line. And that way we'll have it all, it'll be done on all of them.
The voices in my head are telling me I gotta stay strong. Come on, let's go.
So one thing for sure is like these little hypes, they gotta have like a delay on them. An echo. They have to have an echo on them. This marquee tool should help me. Oh yeah, there we go. Okay, that's exactly what I was trying to get done. So with this one, we're gonna take out all the, we're gonna take out all the dead space. I'm gonna do that on a couple of these tracks, but not all of them. I want to do here too is make it sound more like a phone. That just always sounds cool, like for little hype stuff. Highs here, high.
Come on.
Here's
Telling me what?
here's lows.
Yeah.
So this main, which one's the main one? The loudest one is going to be considered the main vocal. I'm going to send it to a bus. Now sending it to a bus is just sending it to another track, and that track has effects on it. That way you maintain the integrity of your original track by not putting effects on it. By default, if you bus out here, these buses are different reverbs. These are different reverbs right here. And I'm not familiar enough with reverb to know which is which, but we're just gonna put a little on it anyway. So we'll bus to number 2. Now you got a space D, that's your reverb. You got a chorus and it's not on. This is on, this is not on. That's your power button. So let's just hear this soloed. So I turn it up here.
I'm on the right path, I gotta just keep it going on. I already know which way is right and I know what's wrong. The voices in my head are telling me I gotta stay.
Okay. I freaking love it. There's a couple things we gotta do here. We gotta place it in the song. We gotta place it all over the place. I'm gonna put an EQ on all the tracks, and what that means is like we were just doing on the other track. So we'll watch the track and see where it's playing.
The voices in my head are telling me I gotta stay strong. Let's go.
And we'll take everything else out. So that's that track right there. It's not that difficult and it's not that advanced. You look at all those plugins I have, I barely use half of them, you know, even the big ones, it's like halftime and these other ones, they're just, you know, you get, when you start producing, you get into buying everything, buying all these plugins, and then you don't really need them, you know, to each their own, whatever. Like we always say, music has no rules. Music is art and art has no rules. So I think this is done. So the final step I would do is more volume. I'm gonna check all the volumes, make sure it's not redlining here, and probably put the headphones on. Well, I tell you what, that's done. That's done, and that's fun, man. That's a lot of fun. Listen to this beat and put on some headphones and listen to it. You got all types of ear candy, as I like to always call it. You know, it's like things are going off in the background and you're hearing this. You know, it's like there's so much going on there, but it doesn't sound cool. Well, we are done. So thank you for sticking with me. I don't know what kind of beat this is. I don't know what I would say, like, who could you hear on this beat? I'm an old school hip hop head, so I'm hearing someone like Vinny Paz, Jedi Mind Tricks, the homie Slain, Ill Bill, you know, Apathy, some of these grimy dudes. I love all those dudes. Who can you hear in it? Let me know. I want to give a shout out to a couple people. Curtis Clarkson for commenting on the video and telling me that I am amazing. That's really good to hear. And I'm definitely going to do this forever just because someone said that. Much love. FatGHipHop.com. Check him out. La Frique Electrique. Big shout out. Thanks for checking out the video. They said, keep it up, big homie. I will. The Mike Masters Alliance commented on this video. Shout out to Mike Masters Alliance. I am their official film guy, one of 2 official film guys. Shout out to Lane Visions, the other person, KJ, and my good buddy Gabino Grimes. I do his short story bingo podcast for him, and he's a good friend of mine, been a good friend a long time. He's an MC, an entrepreneur. Check him out, Gabino Grimes, and the Mike Masters Alliance. It's a rap battle league. It's a battle rap league, and I've been filming all the videos from the warm-up. Check them all out on YouTube. They're a great time. We have one in February, one in March, and a way to stay connected with the local scene out here. Big shout out to the Mike Masters Alliance. My homegirl, Sweet Speaker, an amazing producer, an amazing keyboard player. Shout out to Sweet Speaker. Check her out on Twitter. Check her out on BeatStars. Check her out everywhere. She's doing massive collabs, massive work. She put in 100 beats last year. Putting in work. Shout outs. check out the new video, this one. Yeah, I mean, obviously we're gonna call it Voices in My Head, right? So check out the new video, Voices in My Head, and leave a comment in the comments below, and I will give you a shout out on the next video. So we made a dope beat. I also could hear someone like Moray on this still. Anyway, this has been a fun one. If you're not on BeatStars, join BeatStars. Use my affiliate link. It's in the description below, or just use code GeorgeLife. That should get you a month of Pro Page for free. And as an affiliate, I believe it gets me $10, something like that. I'm not sure. I am on BeatStars. It's the world's largest beat buying and beat selling platform. If you're a producer, I highly recommend being on BeatStars. Check out my BeatStars page, GeorgeLife.BeatStars.com. This beat is going up there. By the time the video's up, the beat will be up there. It's called a beat with a hook because it has a chorus on it as well. And I'm selling these exclusive rights, so you would have it and you only. And that's between $500 and $1,000 for these. And then if no one buys that within a month, I revert it down to my normal prices, which are beat leases, which is a whole different video to get into, the difference between exclusives and leases. But if you have any questions for me, feel free to leave them in the comments below and I will get back to you. And as you all know, I'm also working on a book, and that answer is in the book, the difference between beat lease and a beat exclusive. The book is called Going Indie Now. I do have pre-orders up. The book will be out in Q4 of this year, and it'll be an ebook and a physical book. You can get the pre-orders now at GeorgeLife.com. That's what I'm really pushing this year, is the books. Check it out, Going Indie Now by gLife, George gLife. Check out the last video we made, In the Rain. We made an amazing beat and hook. It's like a country style, jelly roll style type beat. And if you're interested in booking gLife for any performances, I am going to be performing again. Reach out below. Check out GeorgeLife.com, at GeorgeLife everywhere. Hit me up on Twitter. Hit me up on IG. Got CDs for sale. I'm on Spotify. I'm on everywhere. You know, I've been doing this for 20 years. Really happy with what we're doing right now. Just sitting in the basement making music. So thanks for following along. I'm out of here. I'm going swimming. Peace.
Little G, big life.
The voices in my head are telling me I gotta stay strong. I'm on the right path, I gotta just keep it going on. And I already know which way is right and I know what's wrong. The voices in my head keep telling me. The voices in my head. Voices in my head are telling me I gotta stay strong. I'm on the right path, I gotta just keep it going on. And I already know which way is right and I know what's wrong. The voices in my head keep telling me. The voices in my head. telling me I gotta stay strong. I'm on the right path, I gotta just keep it going on. And I already know which way is right and I know what's wrong. The voices in my head keep telling me, the voices in my head. Voices in my head are telling me I gotta stay strong. I'm on the right path, I gotta just keep it going on. And I already know which way is right and I know what's wrong. The voices in my head keep telling me, the voices in my head. The voices in my head are telling me I gotta stay strong. I'm on the right path, I gotta just keep it going on. Voices in my head keep telling me, the voices in my head.
Little G, big life.
Music is art, and art has no rules.